inside the Niger Delta.
And away from politics in Imo State, we go to Delta State. Executive Director of the African Network for Environment and Economic Justice, ANEEJ, a transparency and accountability-based non-governmental organization, Comrade David Ugolo, says the Delta State Civil Society Roundtable on Grant Corruption is demanding the transfer of the sum of $9.6 million IBORI loot to the Delta State government for appropriation to benefit the common people when it is finally released by the government of the United Kingdom. Ugolo, who made a clarification on an interview conducted recently in Benin City, the Edo State capital, said his group recently confirmed the repatriation of the stolen funds by the UK authorities and immediately contacted the federal government, only to discover that the Delta State government was left in the dark on the recent bilateral agreement between both countries.
During the negotiation between the British government and the Nigerian government, we found that the Nigerian government has suggested some projects that this money could be used for. We are against that proposal because first, the money we're talking about belongs to the Delta State people. They should send the money back to the state where whatever anything that has happened. So IBORI assets seized by the British government that need to be returned to Delta State should not be used for project at the federal level, should be returned back to the Delta State people. And I'm happy that the federal government is open to discussion.
The human rights activist said the Delta State government had been contacted on the recent development, but noted that his group will closely monitor the appropriation of the anticipated IBORI loot to ensure that it benefits the economically marginalized citizens of Delta State.
We want to see that the money returned back, but the money also needs to be used for projects that will benefit the Delta State people. And the Delta State government need to also make commitment to sign on to principles like the OGP principles that, again, re-emphasize the need for good governance, transparency, transparent procurement system. All these are really important if the Delta State government must demonstrate very clearly to the federal government that they will use the money in a project that will benefit the people.
Comrade Ugolo further disclosed that the federal government and the United Kingdom authorities are currently negotiating a memorandum of understanding on how the money will be spent when it is finally released to Nigeria in no distant time. The $9.6 million is part of the proceeds of corruption and were illegally laundered to the United Kingdom by former governor of Delta State, Chief James Onanife Ibori.
Inside the Niger Delta.